3 months of being able to set the sale and finish up the foreclosure. So that's not really that critical. The key part is finding an attorney who can turn your cases over for you. It's absolutely key. If they sit around for 2 years, 3 years on your case, you're back to going broke again. You're just not going to get a return on this investment.
Yeah, it seems like your worst case scenario is, I don't know, I'm talking out of school here.
No, go ahead.
Is you buy a property, the property's worthless, property's name of a corporation, corporation's administratively dissolved.
Or an estate.
Or an estate, the estate's closed, then you're done.
Yes, that's called a write-off.
Right.
And you better not have too many of them when you're only got like 1% a month on a yield. That's why you need to have huge volume. Otherwise, you never would be able to recover from the one mistake you made. It's big. You don't have too many chances in Kentucky. You think 12%, that doesn't go very far, let me tell you.
Like something owned by a company, you better make pretty darn sure.
You have no other way to collect it. Your only recourse is the property.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. Anyway.
I was just going to ask you, with the investment mostly being your attorney's fees, and you're having to go before a judge who has to approve these fees, what's been your success to actually get all of your money back that you're making no interest on?
Well, we've had a lot of scary moments in Kentucky. I remember like 2 years ago where I thought I was out of business completely when the appellate court ruled that our attorney's fees should be like, what, $78 to do a foreclosure or something?
A third of the tax bill, right?
Yeah, it was just something. So I don't know how they come up with that thing. I'm still dumbfounded. But I probably shouldn't share this with you all, but I'm going to. The minute that ruling came out that we're supposed to do a foreclosure for like $300, which I knew that was the end of the industry in the state of Kentucky, and what am I going to do with my $4 million that I got out into the market? I was sitting back and I called my representative, my appellate representative in my district, which I've known for years, helped her in her election, helped her husband in his election as county judge executive. And I said, well, what's going on with this? She goes, well, let me look into it for you. It wasn't my case, it was a taxi's case, so she was allowed to talk to me about the thing. So she calls back about 9 hours later, she goes, you're in trouble. She goes, I shouldn't tell you this, but I would be more worried if you had a real estate lawyer who actually reviewed this. I go, well, what are you talking about? She goes, oh yeah, there's 3 malpractice lawyers on that case. And they're the ones that made the ruling. So there was nobody with any real estate knowledge or judgment knowledge about your industry that was actually part of the decision-making process when that appellate court ruling came down. And so that made me, that was an interesting day in my career when I sat back and said, here I am. I got a huge investment out, and I got 3 malpractice lawyers who does medical, deciding the fate of my industry. So that's a sobering moment. So what we did is we turned around and we lobbied the state legislature, and we got it changed. Otherwise, we wouldn't have an industry today. So I think that was the 2000 and, was that the 10 change or 11? Where we put the $2,000 into the 12, okay. Yeah, I lose track of time. It seems like every year I'm down there for something. So anyway, we turned around, we lobbied the state legislature, and we saved the industry by changing the attorney's fees to $2,000, not $300, which no lawyer would be able to ever stay in business to collect my tax liens or anybody else's in the state of Kentucky.